Brian's faith was strong. I even read the scriptures in the funeral sermon of what the Bible describes as an elder from Timothy and Titus, and everybody in the auditorium just knew that's Brian, like the Bible's describing Brian right there. But the funeral is also so sad because he leaves behind a widow of 35 years old and two little girls under 6 years old. And here's why I tell you this story. Because before we ever moved there for that church in 2007, we were at one of Southeast's buildings, and we met with a small committee of leaders to make an ask of what Southeast would give to help fund that church plant. And I made an ask that was just outrageous. It was more than anything Southeast had ever given any church plant in its history, so I knew we wouldn't get that, but I thought, well, let's just aim high. They called us back into the room, and they said, Carl, we're not going to give what you asked for, which I was prepared for. They said, we're going to give you tens of thousands of dollars more than what you asked for, because we believe in the power of the church. And here's why I tell you that. Because now, these three girls have a community they can lean on. And specifically, those two little girls have Christian men who will raise them and disciple them and tell them stories about their dad. And I'll tell them about the man who will one day raise their dad from the dead. And please catch this is not an exaggeration. Without your generosity, they're alone. But because you give, they have a Christian community that's going to walk with them to eternity. Scripture says pure religion is to look after widows and orphans. And we do that as a church through planting churches. And we do it by opening shelters for the trafficked, and we do it through baptizing people into the family of God. And so will you choose where you want your heart to go and throw your treasure in that direction?